Today at RPM, we're in the dirty room. And what we're pulling out of the hot tank today is something you don't want to miss. So let's go ahead and pull it out and show you what we got. Getting it all washed up now. You're probably wondering, what even is this? Well, the date code on this here is October 7th, 1922. And this is actually the jug from a 1922 Packard 3-ton truck. Obviously, this isn't the exact truck, but this is a 22 Packard 3-ton truck. So it's going to look something like this when it's done. Now, the customer is obviously restoring this truck, frame-off restoration, doing a really beautiful restoration on it. I mean, he's going down to the T. Everything is basically custom made for this because nothing is reproduced, and there's really no, factory parts left in the country, I would imagine. I mean, down to the gaskets, down to everything. And it's a pretty unique motor when it's all put together. Here is a look at one that's been restored, and it's a pretty unique looking engine. But what he's having us do is we've hot tanked it. We're going to go in and hone the cylinders. Now he's not boring it because the factory pistons actually look in really good shape. He's going to reuse them. We will be cutting the original valves and cutting the seats, doing a valve job on it. And then in a later video, I'll show you guys, we're going to be reproducing 8 lifters for it. It has actually a roller style lifter and a couple other parts in the valve chain we're going to be reproducing just because they're worn out and it needs to be replaced. Here we regrind the valves. They are absolutely giant valves, and without even measuring the clearance of the guide, you could tell that they were just totally blown out. And it would have been impossible to regrind the seats without putting guides in it. Unfortunately, they don't make guides, so we had to make our custom guides in-house. Here we're machining them up. They're actually 4 inches long. We made them out of oil-light brass, and they came out really nice. And they fit really great on the valve. This is before we actually pressed them in. This is in the process of making them, reaming them out to size. Here we're drilling out and reaming out the old guide to fit with the new guide. That's all drilled out. And these are how they look installed. But we didn't like how that fit, and we actually learned that the guides pressed out of this whole block, so we pressed them out, remachined them up on the lathe, and pressed them back in, and the fit was 100 times better. Here's with all the valves installed. We actually had to make a custom pilot for our grinding stone, so here we made a collet for it so it would fit nice and pretty and get that perfect cut. Here it is installed. Doing some seat grinding here to get that perfect seal. We are old school and we still do use stones instead of a Surrey. And finally, we gave the cylinders a nice home. He's leaving it standard, so we gave it a nice home, gave it a nice wash, and this one's ready to be put together.